Okay, this is Chapter 6, Surface Area Final Exam for Grade 8. These are your 4 bonus questions that appear on your test. The first question gives you a circle and says, what's the area of the red? Now, for all of them, you get 1 point for a formula and 1 point for the correct answer. So if you think about pi r squared as if there was nothing cut out of the red circle, then the red circle as a whole would have been pi r squared. But we have to take away 2 triangles that have an area of base times height divided by 2. So if you put this for your formula, that's perfect. Now, if you use 3 or 3.14 for your pi, it depends. I'm going to use 3.14. The base is 10, the height is 10 divided by 2, which means when I simplify this, I get 3.14 times 100, which will be 314. Take away 2 50s, which is 100. And my answer for the remaining part of the area of red will be 214 square meters of red, because 3.14 multiplied by 100 is 314, and 2 multiplied by 50 is 100. Yeah, it would be 200 if you use 3 as pi. That's right. Yeah, that's okay. If you used 3 as pi, you ended up with an answer of 200 meters squared. The second question gives you an equilateral triangle, and I know it's equilateral because down here this is 5 and 5, which means that's 10. So we have an equilateral triangle with a circle taken out of the middle, kind of like that Harry Potter symbol. So if you think about just the triangle, and I was to draw it, and I had 10, 10, and 10. When you drop a perpendicular distance or the height of the triangle, what it ends up doing is it cuts the base into 2 equal parts. So we have 5 here and 5 here. So if we think about this and erase all of this stuff here, what I end up having is a right triangle where I can use Pythagoras to figure out the missing part of x. So if I attach my squares to each of the sides of the right triangle, I have 25 and 100, and therefore the area of the square attached to that leg would be 75, and therefore the height, or the height of this particular, is the square root of 75, which is approximately 8.5-ish, I think. Let's take a calculator. Square root of 75 is 8.7. Ooh, I'm way off. 8.7. Okay, so once we know the height of it, then formula for the area of a full red triangle with nothing cut out would be base times height divided by 2. Take away the pi r squared, which is the white circle. So that would be the formula that we would use. The full red triangle, take away the white circle, is what remains in the red. So base is 10. The height we now know to be 8.7 divided by 2. Take away 3 or 3.14 multiplied by the radius. Now, the diameter is given to you up here. The diameter is 8, so therefore we know the radius is half of that, which is 4. 10 times 8.7 is 87. And 87 divided by 2 is 43.5. Take away 3.14 multiplied by 16, which is times 16. 50.24. Uh-oh. Did I make a mistake? We have a negative number? Did you have a negative number too? Maybe I made a mistake. All right, I think I did make a mistake. Anyway, it's 50.24. So when drawing it, I don't think this is a possible triangle. I guess a diameter of 8 is not possible. Anyway, the area of the red is negative. Well, let's just take a look here. So 43.5. Take away 50.24. Oopsie daisy. Negative 6.74 meters squared. It actually has anti-area. That's no possible. Area of the white. If you think about it, you don't really need this red square. So if I took that away, I could still solve this because it has the area of the red, take away the area of the white. So if I take the formula would be white square, take away red, equals white border. So side squared white take away side squared red equals the remainder. So 6 squared take away 4 squared would be my question, or 36 take away 16. So the answer is the white border has an area of 20 meters squared, because it's the white square, that white square there, which is 36, take away this red square's area, which is 16. The white border remaining would be 20 square meters. And your last question, the formula would be the red triangle by itself, take away the white square. So the red triangle, take away the white square would be your formula. The base of your red triangle would be 16. The height would also be 16 divided by 2. Take away 6 squared. 16 times 16 is 256. 256 divided by 2 is 125, 128. Take away 36. That is 92 meters squared, or 92 square meters, I think. Is that right? Yes, something like that.